Hey guys, what's up? And this is going to be another deck profile, and this is going to be on a deck that's a personal favorite of mine that I've always really enjoyed, and a deck that will probably change once we get more information about what Set 8 is bringing us. But this is going to be an update on my Genesis deck. I still thoroughly enjoy playing Genesis. It's a lot of fun. I love Fenrir variants in general. I just think Fenrir is such a great card. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of changes made to this, so you can't expect an updated deck profile on this again in the past, but I just wanted to show you how I've been playing it right now, guys, so let's get right into this. So for the starting Vanguard, we are still playing Fetter of Leather Letting. Still such a great card. Gets you a free call out of the soul. So basically gives you Fenrir's skill once for free. Just too good. We're playing for the triggers 4 copies of Battle Maiden Kukuyura Hime. You may take this card on the rear guard and place it in your soul and give +3k to any rear guard you want. Or any unit, actually. So helps you build soul a little bit if you're just missing that one card for Vanagan or whatever you might need it for. Then we're playing just 2 other critical triggers. These are probably going to be replaced with the Fenrir critical trigger because I'm assuming he's going to get a critical trigger of his own like everyone else has. So these right now are just fillers. So I would still play Kukuyura Hime, and then these other 4 crit triggers can be pretty much any critical Genesis trigger you want. Then for the rest, we're playing 4 copies of Dreaming Dragon. This is a card that so many people despise because it literally just completely regenerates the deck. His ability is Generation Break 1. At the end of the turn, you may put this card on top of your deck. If you do, return all cards in your drop zone to your deck, shuffle your deck, then if 10 or more cards were returned, draw 1. So Genesis Soul Charges and Soul Blasts and thins the deck very, very fast. So this basically gets you all your used cards back into your deck so you can reshuffle and start all over, which means all your triggers and perfect guards return. So just so good. And then we're playing 4 Goddess of Youth Hebe for our heal trigger. So 8 crit, 4 stand, 4 heal. Grade 1s, we're playing 4 copies of Goddess of Decline Hel. Hel is just, she's just our classic G-Guardian. If you use her and there's a copy of her in your drop zone, you may countercharge 1. So, good to have. Even though this deck doesn't use a lot of counterblast, but I still like having it just to have it. So, next we're playing 4 copies of my favorite Grade 1, Mythic Beast Haiti. This little black puppy is pretty mean little guy. His skill is Generation Break 1. Anytime a card is Soul Blasted, he gains 1,000 power. So if you Soul Blast 6 cards away, he gains 6,000 power. So he gets really big very quickly. So and becomes a 13k booster, which is pretty awesome. And then for the other Grade 1s, we're playing 4 of the other little puppy called Mythic Beast Skull. This is our Genesis Stride Enabler, and also it helps us search out Fenrir, so that's good too. And then for the last Grade 1, we're playing 2 Deity of Smithing Hephaestus. I don't know how that's said. Generation Break 1, whenever she boosts, you can Soul Charge 1. So it's just there in case you need a little more Soul Charging power. Like, this will probably drop for something else in the new set, or a couple of these might be changed. So like I said, this is just for the way it is now. There will be some changes to it when we get Set 8 stuff. Next, we're playing for Grade 2s. We are playing 4 Unappeasable Biter Gleipnir. This guy is by far the MVP of the Grade 2s. Generation Break 1, when this unit attacks and is boosted, you may Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3, and if you Soul Blasted at any point during that turn, you may draw a card. So he refills your soul and lets you draw a card. So, good qualities in a card. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Twilight Regalia Hesperus. Hesperus, her skill is when this card is put into the drop zone from your soul, you get to choose one of your vanguards, and it gets the skill of when this unit's attack hits a vanguard, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So it gives Genesis a little field control, which is not a bad thing to have. Then we're playing 3 copies of Regalia of Fate Norn, because I'm still using Yggdrasil as my backup grade 3, and 1 copy of Jormungand. I would drop 1 Regalia Norn for a second Jormungand, but I can't find my other Jormungands. But to be real honest, this is fine just the way it is. But that is one change I would make, is I would make one of these Norns another Jormungand. But like I said, I just literally can't find my Jormungands. But it's a common card, so it'll show up eventually. But anyway, that's pretty much it for grade 2s. Grade 3s, we play 4 copies of Mythic Beast Fenrir, our main wolf of the deck, total beast, all puns intended. His skill is Generation Break 2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may Soul Blast 3. If you do, until the end of that battle, this unit gets critical +1, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater units from their hand to the guard circle. So it gives you a glory skill, and you can get it up to 21 if you have Haiti behind Fenrir when you do it. Then his other skill, his stride skill, which is where he shines, is during your turn, when your G unit strides, you may soul charge 3 and choose one of your vanguards. Until the end of the turn, it gets once per turn, counterblast 1. When your card is put into the drop zone from your soul, you may pay the cost. If you do, call that card. So anytime you soul blast, you can counterblast 1 and call one of the cards you soul blast. So he basically makes your soul an extension of your hand, which is so good. And then for the last grade 3s, we're playing 4 copies of Cosmo Regalia CEO Yggdrasil, basically Vanguard's embodiment of the Mother Tree of Life. And being the Mother Tree of Life, this thing is a real bitch to deal with, especially in the late game. Skill is, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if this unit is in Legion, you may Soul Blast 6. If you do, until the end of that battle, this unit gets +1 critical, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater units from their hand to the Guardian Circle, which means you cannot use nullifiers on her, which makes her really good. And then her other skill is, whenever this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have another unit in the middle column, this unit gets +3k. So the reason I play Yggdrasil is I like to get Haiti behind the Vanguard, and if I ever Legion, right here, this is 23 by itself. With a 7k boost, that's 37. When this attacks, you're going to Soul Blast 6 out, and he's going to gain 6,000 power. So this is 23 and 13. So that's going to... No, wait, hang on. That's 20 plus 3 plus 7 is 30, and then when you Soul Blast 6 out, he's going to gain 6 more. So this is going to swing for 36,000 power +1 critical, and your opponent cannot use perfect guards to guard the attack. So what this is going to do is force them to either use G Guardian, which I only go into Yggdrasil if they have survived both Vanagans. And if they've survived both Vanagans, then they're probably hanging on by a thread. And Yggdrasil is there to literally just finish the game. Because if you just sit there and you're swinging with Fenrir, they might be able to stall out and end up trigger sacking you to win. But if you go into Yggdrasil and you swing for in the 30s with a crit and glory skill, it's going to be much more likely that they can't guard, and if they do, one at most. So that's why I play Yggdrasil. A lot of players don't like Yggdrasil with Fenrir. I love Yggdrasil with Fenrir. I guess I'm just weird. So for the G-Zone, this G-Zone also is going to change a lot, guys. This is literally just the way it is right now, just because we don't have a whole lot of Genesis Stride units to pick from, but we'll be getting some more in Set 8. We're playing 4 copies of Great Angel Doombrace. I love Doombrace. People sometimes will only play 2 or 3 of them. I love maxing out on this card because there's no downside to playing him. His stride skill, his skill is you may Soul Blast 3 cards and then choose 2 rear guards, and they get plus 5,000 power until end of turn. And if the number of cards in your soul is 2 or less, you Soul Charge 3 again. So if you have a small soul, he's going to basically refill his own cost, so he's essentially free. And he makes your rear guard stronger, which is really, really good. So there's, like I said, I just like him. I don't know why Genesis players don't max out on him. I do. Then I'm playing 2 copies of Goddess of Firmament Dione. Her skill is when this unit's attack hits the Vanguard, you may Soul Blast 3. If you do, look at the top 3 cards from your deck, search for 1 card among them, put that into your hand, and put the rest into your soul. I have never once gone into her ever. Not once ever. Not once ever. Not once ever. Not once ever. And it's not because she's not a good card, but 1, she has to hit, 2, Doom Brace is better, and she won't even be in this deck at all once the Fenrir Stride comes out. Probably the same with this guy. 1 copy of Beast Slayer Military Deity Tyr. His skill is, he's from the newest Fighters collection. His skill is Soul Blast 3, look at the top card of your deck and put that on either the top or the bottom of your deck. And until the end phase of this turn, this unit gets, when your drive check reveals a grade 1 or greater card, you may Soul Charge 3. He's not bad, but this deck accumulates so much soul anyway that I really don't see needing him. He's nice to be able to look at the top card of your deck and decide whether or not you want to put it on the top or the bottom, but other than that, he's not needed. These 3 cards will probably be taken out for the Fenrir Stride, and depending on what it does, and then possibly 1 Doom Brace, but you know, this is all speculation at this point because we don't know what the Fenrir Stride does yet. And then for our boss stride of the deck, we're playing 4 copies of Mythical Destroyer Beast Vanagander. This is really the main wolf of the deck. He will win you so many games because of his skill. Skill is Generation Break 2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may Soul Blast 6. If you do, until the end phase of this turn, this unit gets the skill of, at the beginning of the drive step, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, search for up to 4 cards among them. You may put them on top of your deck in any order and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So what this means is you get to look at the top 4 cards of your deck, put whatever you want back on top, and then put whatever you want on the bottom. So you can essentially stack yourself up for triggers. Usually your opponent is either going to guard this for at least 2 to pass, or they're just going to nullify it. Because trying to 1-pass the Vanagan is stupid, because you're essentially going to be looking at the top 7 cards of your deck, and looking at the top 7 of the deck, usually there's always a trigger there. I mean, there are rare occasions, but it's, like I said, rare. But Vanagan is just too good. Next, for G Guardians, we're playing 3 copies of Goddess of 7 Colors Iris. This is the G Guardian from Fighters Collection, obviously. Such a good card. This is literally one of the better G Guardians from the Fighters Collection. Its skill is, when this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, choose up to 3 cards from your drop zone and put them into your soul. If 3 cards were put there, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So easy to do. You can refill the soul with cards you want in there and then Soul Blast them right back out. Wonderful circle of life. And then you can do God, what's its name? Dreaming Dragon, and reshuffle your deck and draw another card. So, just so good. Then we're playing 1 copy of Dark Element Dismal. This guy is just good to have. His ability is Resist as a Guardian, and then his other skill is, when this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, choose one of your rear guards, and until the end of that turn, that unit cannot be hit and cannot be chosen by card effects of your opponent's cards. So, really, really good card, because there are some grade 2s that if they're in the front row, you'd rather protect them, like Gleipnir or maybe Yormagon. And then for the last grade 4, or for the last G Guardian, we're playing 1 copy of Metal Element Screw. So Screw's skill is when this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if the number of face-up cards in your G zone is 1 or more, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of battle. So when he's called to the Guardian Circle, if you have at least one, if you've strode at least once, you can discard 1 card from your hand, and if so, he becomes a 25,000 shield, which is really, really good. So that is my updated Genesis deck. Like I said, a lot of changes are going to be happening once we know more about Set 8, what cards are going to come in it, what does the Fenrir Stride do. So this deck is going to see a lot of overhaul, but it's a lot of fun to play, and I just genuinely always have enjoyed playing Fenrir. I just love him to pieces. So this is definitely a fun deck to try out if you've never tried Genesis before. I highly recommend it. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Make sure you leave in the comment section below if you liked it, and then if you have any suggestions for me. Always like to hear your guys' opinion, so please feel free to share those with me. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up the video, and I'll see you next time.